Hello and welcome back to Rollercoaster Tycoon, where there are wooden worms in the park. Look at all wooden coasters out here. It's all we get, it's just the wooden stuff. It's not bad though, I mean, certainly we know how to deal with them, but yeah, I now understand why the park has the name Woodworm, because that's all the type of coaster that we'll ever get, is wooden. Anyway, last time we built something that's not out of wood, the aqua loggers. I am not sure what we will get for this in the ratings, but even if the ratings are like really crappy, I quite like the design. It is compact. All that I'm not sure of is how long it will take the guests to get back to like the to the end of the ride, because that might it might take a really long time with like how many lifts did we count? 4 lifts? Yeah, so we'll see, but so far the looks are good and they cannot be taken away from this coaster, so it has that going for it. Now what we need to do before we continue on is do a quick vandalism check, because yeah, look ladies and gentlemen, we found one. If it's just one though, I can live with it. I mean, you won't hear me complain if it's just the one. It actually seems like it's just the one. The one bench. Right, now let's quickly fix that. There we go. Is there anything more? Oh yeah, there is also over here, which is kind of in the same... wait, no. Kind of in the same area. No! Game! Oh, the view. I just had it perfect for vandalism spotting. Something else compared to train spotting. Yeah, okay, right. Looking good so far. So we have the vandalism still in check. Did we hire a security guard? I kind of forget. We didn't. We're gonna hold off for that a little. The next thing we should check is what those eggheads in that locked up room are researching. You know, the one room with cushions on the wall and leather straps attached to them. Let's see. Oh, you are already researching the shop and stall. That's good. That means that we can get back to roller coaster design. Because after the shops and stalls, I will build a few more roller coasters. We are gonna need them to get the 1600 guests in the park. Another thing I think we should do is build this, the Ferris wheel, which also, aside from the car ride, will be the last gentle ride that we can slam down. I'm not really bothered by that fact, but you know, it's a nice extra thing to know. Now, I am looking, what we could do is build that somewhere over here. But I think last time we determined that it's gonna be a little bit difficult to hook that up to this path line without it becoming a complete mess. So that's what we're not going to do. Instead, we are going to squeeze it in over here. Because I have to admit, I did do a little bit of pre-park scouting to see like, okay, so where are we gonna build what? Just hold on a second. I just now see that we might not be able to fit that in over here, because there is like this track that is, or is there actually a support? Wait, where was that now? No, I believe this is actually like right over here on this bit, and then we will not be able to fit that. Huh. Well, that's a shame. Fear not though, we have an alternative, which is like right over here. Could we get that to work though, is the question. That's a good question actually. If we were to build it on this one, we would need at least a 2 tile long entrance path. On the Ferris wheel, hell no. Hell no, we are not gonna do that. I might be able though to fit it. No, my plans, they're in ruins. Yeah, we will be able to fit it in like over here, I think. Because if I were to remove this tree, yeah, we'll be fine. Let's see if we are to build it. Okay. Okay. We are not fine to build it. It won't fit. That's a shame. I really thought it would fit. I thought this was heightened above the path. When I was looking at it from this view, I thought it would be lined up over here, but this is actually on the terrain. That is such a shame. Okay, let's quickly find a new spot for the Ferris wheel. And that needs to be close to the path, as well as nicely accessible. Which leaves me pretty much over here. Now, if we were to do this, we would actually need to raise it up by one, just so that the... Yeah, we could do that. That's not an issue. Let's unpause it and let's slam it down like right over here. All right. We will lower this terrain back after we build the thing. There. Look. See? I'm not sure if I fixed it. Yeah. No. It looks alright. It looks alright. So I fixed it the proper way. Now you might think like, yeah, but damage. How are you ever gonna hook this one up? Well, I hope that we can just go there and then, well. And I know this is also a too long queue size, but hey, you can't be picky really. I mean, I do need to hook it up after all, right? We will, of course, keep this as short as possible. Believe me, I am not a big fan of the of this ride. You know, the Ferris wheel is like the worst ever invented. Oh, and also look at the bad coloring on like the tent. It's just a void. It's just pure nothingness of our, well, at least in terms of color, because it's black. You know what? Why don't we call this the void? On the void wheel. How original. It's a wheel. Let's slam a word in front. You know what? We will call this the void star. Because it is a star seen from the center out, right? We shall open that up, and forward rotation, sure, doesn't matter much anyway. Now, if we were to give this a new paint job, basically this is what determines the color of the tent. If we were to, by pure coincidence, go with this, it would have red supports. I don't really like red supports, so I mean, I like gray supports, but if we were to go with that in the tent, maybe with the darker red, I think it looks alright, you know. Just switching out the color scheme a little bit, yeah. Now we will go with this. This looks good. I like it. Gray and dark red, that matches. Yellow for the inside. We could go with black on the outside, you know, match the black supports. Yeah. All right, and done. Well, okay, that's the next ride, slammed down. That is what they are after all. You know what we should also do, by the way? Do like a quick check to see how full the queues are. If they are full at all. And that's of course the thing we want to find out. Over here we're golden. Oh wow. You know what we haven't done in a while? We haven't checked like the queue time. At least it feels to me like, oh my good lord. And that is actually over here, the Dalton Fanfare? Wait. I don't see anybody in the queue. And it's rotating, but there's also zero. No way that this 10 minutes is alright. The Mrs. Enterman, which is this ship, that has an actual queue time of 9 minutes. And I feared as much. That needs a much shorter queue time. But what it also tells me is that this can be lowered to like, I don't know, $2 maybe? We'll have to see. If I were to do this, would the guests now visit it? Yep, they will. Okay, so that's at least that's addressed. Let's get the view back to the regular. Now over here there is people on the maze, and it's only 9. You already made 470 game euro bucks. What are people thinking? I can't afford. I can't afford. Okay, you know what? If it has already made 470 euros for us, I don't know. We will leave it at this for a little longer. Maybe it's just pure coincidence. Then we have okay. You know, let's get the view back to normal for a moment. I can already see the issue that we are having here, which is 2 more logs, I guess, or floating marshmallows. And we are not even halfway through the ride, and we have the longest lift still coming. So before we even know what the ride time will be, already we are going to double this up. There, you know, preemptive measures or whatever. So good. Continuing on with our check for queues. This boat thingy. We already adjusted that, so we might adjust it some further, but I do see people over there on the, you know, rowing at it, entering the station. So yeah, no, we're good. What we then need to do is get ourselves building the next coaster, and yeah, no, we haven't seen it. Which is gonna be the Virginia Reel. Now, I also have scouted a location for this, and we are looking at it right now. And I hear you think, damage, have you lost your mind? How are you gonna build this over here? Well, ladies and gentlemen, trust me, I have a plan. What I want to do is build it. Should we... Just a moment, let me just see, because I believe that this line of tiles is also free. Ideally, I have it over here, but on this height. So let us do some quick... oh, you know what? We can actually just start the ride and the construction of it too. So long as we start over here and then do this. There. And then we can basically safely remove this. For now we will go over there too, as well as over here. I don't really know how far we can go. I also don't know how far we need it to... We already have 12 cars, which is the maximum, so we won't go further. Now, before we do anything else in terms of constructing the ride, we are gonna start out with the entrance, ideally over here, and the exit, ideally one back, yes. And we are also gonna hook it up, because I know how this ride is gonna go if I don't hook it up, and we will never be able to get any decent path there. So there we go, you know. Wise words from Tycoon Damage. Now, I am pretty sure that we won't be able to get back up there like straight away. We are gonna try though. Yeah, we are like too shy in terms of height. We can get there though. Will we even be able to... No, that's a shame. I would have loved it if we were able to go above the trees. Now that is an expensive piece of path, but I believe it to be the smart thing to build first here. Oh, I also don't really like how that's going, because that will form a square, and you know, we are allergic to squares. Okay, so let's start the ride proper right now. First of all, this needs a lift. I haven't really planned out exactly how the ride should go, but basically what I saw was we have this hill over here and all the rides are pretty much hugging the ground. And I thought, you know what, there are coasters to address that situation. Now, what I do not want to do is block off too many options for rides to be developed along this path. Because I'm also looking at the park and I'm thinking like, wow, I'm filling it up like crazy and we're gonna run out of space if we continue on this pace before the end of year 3. And I kind of want to prevent that by, well, basically stacking a crazy, really crazy amount of rides on this park. So we're gonna start a bit over here. This area, yeah. There's two things we could do. Or we go in the underground, of which there is pretty much no tracks here, and see that we somehow get ourselves up to heights here, and then slowly work our way back on, like in this area. I'm pretty sure that with this coaster, we will be able to get it back to where it needs to be, no matter how we do it. I say that, I'm looking at a possible way to get back, like over here, but we'll have to figure it out though. It's not as easy as it seems. We'll figure it out. I think the other way that we could do is, rather than go underground, is like go above here and then go somewhere like here and basically block the view of this amazing aqua loggers ride that we just built the previous video. So that's what we're not gonna do. We're gonna go underground. I've just decided. There, you know, since we're not gonna see much of it anyway, we might as well, you know, butcher the terrain just slightly. It's not really the intention to on purpose butcher it, but oh well. We might as well butcher it slightly whilst we're at it. Now, currently there is just a slight amount of pacing in the coaster. Let me just see where we are. Yeah, okay. So just for my reference. Yeah, okay. So now, right now we are building on this line. This is the line where we want to be, basically. Then we're gonna have the first really big lift. And I believe that the moment I do this, is there like, yeah, there is actually track over here, which is kind of annoying, really. Because what's gonna happen, and I can already see it happening, is like in 6 tiles further, we are at the same height as this track. This is at height 17 though. At height 15 we would be able to go below this part and at the same time above the coaster. Alright, basically what that tells me is this is gonna happen. Oh, hold on a second. That's what that is telling me. I just saw a possibility. That's how I view these things, you know. And then, yeah, okay, so at height 15 we will not have any lifting pace. So basically what we need to do is have it go like this. Right, so we managed to squeak in here. Now, as for this coaster, we all know that this is greatly benefited by doing a lot of zigzagging and having the the tub, because that's what it is. It's just a mortar tub on wheels. But to have it spin around like crazy. So that's what we want to accomplish. And before we... The height is 18 above ground. Okay, so we have a little. I'm not entirely sure. I do seem to recall that the actual meters that you are allowed to build above ground don't really match the reality. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that's the case. So I think to even get this working... Oh. Okay, so height 21 is it basically, because we kind of do need to be able to at least make the first turn. Okay, so now we have two options. Or we go over here. Or we go over here. To be honest, I don't think we even really have an option, as if we go over here whilst we are a little bit high, I mean, height 20 is quite high. We are going to drop it a little bit. But even then, we are like still above the majority of the other tracks. So I think we should go first over here, then go over here, get down even further, and then somehow do the impossible and find our way back right towards the station at height 8. Through this mess here. I don't know how yet. We'll figure that out as we are as we have to deal with it. So first of all, let's just make a nice coaster, huh? I always like the sound of that. There. We shall do so. Also, you know what we also could do, just because we can, is add like a small drop in the coaster. And that should also line us up with... oh, yeah, okay. So then it's basically... There are no special station pieces with this coaster. So basically we just have to deal with the track. You know, or with straights. Straights are just straights with this coaster. The good thing is though, as for the stats, we will have plenty of drops in this one. Because we just go up and down and up and down. Right, so now we can go down even further. Let's go to height 15. And hold on a second. If we go to height 15... Yeah, no, height 15 should be good. So, continuing on. And then... Now, I don't want to be going too far above the water, as it is kind of difficult for the thing to deal with the heights. The thing being the actual coaster. Don't mind the damage tycooning slang. Now I'm also looking at our cache. Of course, that is going downwards. So what I think we should do is, because over here is also like a lower section, we should move our coaster to like height 12 or something. So we are able to do a few maneuvers over here. And then we can start working towards the station that we have there. Are we able to get to like height 12 over here? Are we? Seems like we are. Alright. Good, good. I like this. Now, right now, let's just have a quick look at what we can and should do. So, ideally, we are going somewhere over here. And these tracks, if we were to go at like height 8, we are golden. But the path over here is also at height 8. So I think we have a possibility here. At least that's the way it looks to be lined up. If we were to go right here. The only thing I'm in doubt of though, and this might ruin it, is if this waterfall is actually 3 high. If that's the case, how far do I have the waterfall over there though? Let's check that out first. It's only 1 piece. Ooh, if that's the case, I see. Can we then? What I'm looking at is basically like, if the waterfall is 3 high, would we be able to move it up 1? I think we won't be able to move it up 1, but we'll have to see. Else, if that fails, because we need like a backup strategy. You know what? No, not else if that fails. We're just gonna try it. We'll see where we end up with the design. There. Now, like I said, you know, we're kind of blowing through our money a little. So, let's see. Are we... Well, if I am to go over there, we might even want to drop like even further in height. Because I need to get to like height 8. So, that means that we do need to do some lowering of the actual coaster thing. That's alright though. Actually, this is like a nice straight to pull this off on. So, now. Tree in the... Wait, oh, there is... there is indeed an actual tree. We are not far enough out there though. So, if we were to do it like this... Now we are far enough out there. And we are also lined up perfectly. Oh, okay. So, here we are, dealing with the exact situation that I feared we would have. Now, if we take the path height over here, there is another option for us. That would be to go up 1. I don't even know if we are able to do that, as we are also below this track here. It would be up, 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 and then let's just... Because basically what I'm thinking is, like, if we follow the path, we would be able to move over the station of the rowing boat. How cool would that be? Yeah. As long as we are on the other side of like the train track and the path, we are golden. Let's try that. Because it might work. If it does, oh man. We will have the most epic design. Footpath in the way. Right, plan C. Are we able to, because currently we are wiggling our way like below this thing here, which isn't really like a necessity like that I really want that to be. So how about it if we go to like heights? No, we need to, because well, I was thinking that maybe we could go below the ghost train track over here, but that's not gonna happen. So we need to re-strategize this. Basically, this whole thing then needs to be removed. So we will change the plans there, and then done like this. Oh. Wait, hold on. Almost done like this. Then get this going. Oh, now there's a thing I didn't account for. Yeah, about that. We could still pull this off, but we would need to do that like over here then. Oh wow, we are gonna add some breakneck speeds to this coaster too, in this fashion. Yeah. But, ladies and gentlemen, we actually did it! Oh, how nice! Nice! What should happen right now, and oh man, I'm quite excited for this. What should happen is we emerge right over here, being able to start making our way towards our station. And so long as we choose a route where we could go... Yeah, there is actually a route at height 8 that we can take that in such a way that we will not bother any track pieces and we can just get back there with a little bit of zigzagging. Sounds like a plan to me. There we go. Oh, you know what? You know what we're doing here. I think because we are actually going like in the station. I don't think that's intended. So we will go up to height 8 because we were actually going inside the station. Oh man. Right. Look how cool this track is turning out to be. I really like this design already. Look, and of course we will make sure that the guests do become wet from going on this ride. Also, I didn't really want it to do that. I was thinking more like this. And then something like this. And then basically what we want is we need to just we are already... Hold your horses a second. Yeah, okay, I know how to deal with this one. It's rather easy. It's just, you know, the way I wanted it to go. It's kind of not really gonna happen, but it's alright. It's alright. We got everything, and then literally everything covered here. Yeah, and then basically we need to go like this. Just to be sure that we make it, ladies and gentlemen, we have ourselves a Virginia reel coaster, which I think is rather cool. Wow, and the way we build it as well. Now, I am a little bit worried for... Where is the section? Because we go down over here, don't do that many curves, and then already go down here. This bit, I am worried that this might go too fast. If it is, there is an easy solution. We just make some meters over here. And perhaps also over here. Make some meters, but we'll have to see. Oh, wow. Wow, wow, wow. What a Virginia reel we just made. This is absolutely crazy. We will set this up too. I'm not sure though. We will go with the $5. You know, I am seeing already quite a few guests who are like, yeah, can't afford it, and those are guests that will be leaving the park, and we need to retain the guests in our park. And I feel like currently we're not at a cash flow yet that I can start lowering prices on a lot more rides, but I do feel like we should not start overpricing it just to retain guests for longer periods in the park. Now, Virginia tubs, and yes, this is all good. As for the coloring, I think the color of the supports is gonna stay, to be honest, because even though it's the same as the path, we have mixed it up a little in a good way. So this standard brown, we can deal with it. It looks good. As for the track, though, on the other hand, that is gonna be a different beast altogether. It's not gonna be like that. This seems kind of okay, right? To break it up a little over there. I mean, what we could also do is something like white. Somehow that looks a little bit not classy enough to me. That makes it just a brown smudge of... No, I like this light green. I think it looks good. I think we'll go with it. It looks classy. The other thing we could go with is black. Oh yeah. Color me sold, to be honest. Really. And then, you know what, maybe we can do the light green on this lining. Ladies and gentlemen, I am completely sold for 110%. What we are gonna do though is to have it stick with the theme of the park. We are gonna go with red and white colors for the mortar tub. How about we call this spin it to win it. Spin it to win it. No. You know what? We will call this Turbomore Spindleton. Spinnington. With a capital S, of course. Hold on. You know, I'm making typos here. Turbomore Spinnington. There we go. Okay, so all we need to do now is get ourselves a... Wait, no. Yeah, well, you know what? We will let's get ourselves a security guard. It's not like I really intended to get one, but now that I accidentally hired one, you know, I'm like, okay, you know what? Let's stick with him. We will give him some patrolling to do here. Okay, you need to not mow the grass. And what we also need to do is do some benchification. There. And some no entrification. And that's basically it. Basically, we are done now. And, ooh, look at this. We have the wooden twister roller coaster. And on that bombshell, see you next time when we play more not roller and not thrill ride coaster tycoon.